Have you ever wanted to suffer? Well, then I got a game for you, buddy. By the creators of such cult classics like Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruina comes Limbus Company, the third installment in this trilogy of joy, pain, sadness and arousal. In here you'll take control of Dante. No, this one, get that one away. This one Dante, this one Dante, this Hera, this one. Yeah, this one. A certified clockhead who can always count on to accurately tell you what time it is. You'll find yourself exploring the mysterious and intriguing city called The City. Divided by 26 districts, all with their own customs and cultures, ranging from slightly unhinged to downright horrifying to worst of all hells. Great Britain. Together with your group of trustworthy and 100% mentally stable and not at all insane companions, you'll collect the magical doodad called the Golden Balls. What are those? Don't ask me difficult questions, you know I can't read! Let's get into who your companions, the so-called sinners, are instead. Genius guy! Also looks like he would listen to My Chemical Romance. Two big reasons for why she's everyone's favorite. Hamina, Gremlin, and the best giant slayer around. Typical mom. The one guy who has a problematic past, but you low-key like his vibe. Silly Billy! Friendliest British man!
Killer fish from San Diego.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it.
Lovely chap who loves Christmas. With enough power you can refire even a dying star! And Gregor. But don't forget about your other two companions on this crazy wacky ride that you'll come to love over the course of this story. Canto, the lovable and skilled train conductor, or bus driver, I don't know which one is which. And Vergilius, Dante. I must impregnate you, Dante. Now, how do you power up your sinners so they can rip and tear through all the obstacles that stand between you and your beloved Golden Balls? You'll do that with the power of gacha mechanics! Pull for alternate universe variants of your favorite sinners called identities, and then weep in misery as you pull garbage for the umpteenth time! Or possibly obtain the ever so elusive egos. Powerful attacks that you can execute in combat to completely eviscerate the enemy and make them wonder if perhaps they shouldn't have messed with this guy that magically summoned a gun just now. But don't you worry if you don't get either of those. You can also collect thingamajinks called shards, which if you collect the right amount of, you can just buy whatever identity or ego you want. Well, most of the time there's time limits and events and other stuff. Sometimes, but that doesn't matter, let's just get a move on. Now let's get into the combat, which I tell you is very fun and easy to understand. And let me also tell you, one of those descriptors is a lie. Can you guess which one? So then, let's just simplify it a little for you, my adorable little munchkin yo-yo. Limbus Company combat is turn-based and has two different styles, which you'll need to learn. But before we go over that, let's go over the... Manager, click the win rate button. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock! Reading passives? Strategizing? Resource management? Not for me! All I need is this one golden button to win, and oh crap, I'm dead. Yeah, you see, the combat here can be really hard, and the tutorial stages aren't very good at tutoring you. So if you wanna find out how to play the game better, here's what I gotta say. Good luck. And maybe do try reading sometimes. And like with every piece of media, we of course can't forget about the community. The oh so lovely Limbus Company community. Now, let us indulge ourselves in a little bit of highlights of this community. Piss Faust has ruined the game for me. I fucking hate Piss Faust posting so fucking much. Holy crap! It's not the oh my god! This is 2019 JoJo community all over again. But enough about that, let's talk about the music, which is straight banging, yo! Yeah, we love Mili in this house, baby! Okay, now let's see the next stopping in the lesson. And oh. Oh. Alright, we've had our fun, made our silly jokes, but it's time to put our big boy pants. Now that we've entered the spoiler sea, let's talk about the actual reason for why I love this game. You see, Limbus Company might be similarly tedious and grindy as all the other gacha games, but unlike them, it has the one special element that keeps me coming back to it time and time again, and that is its story. In the prologue, you wake up as Dante. No memories to call your own, no idea who you are or what is happening around you. You're just given a vague explanation of what you're supposed to do and sent out to do it. By all means, Limbus does the bare minimum of having a hooking prologue, but that's not where I would consider the game to truly begin. I don't think it's in the prologue where the game truly hooks you in, where it spreads its wings and reveals all it's capable of. And it's not in Canto 1 or Canto 2, but in Canto 3. They really make you work for it, I know. So allow me to be your guide, the third circle of hell, and tell you why I think so. You enter the Keycorp nest unsure of yourself. After the crushing failure of Canto 1 and the uplifting victory of Canto 2, God knows how this journey could go. And after some slight complications caused by your overeager, overheroic employee, you get on your merry way. And as you go, you notice the rising anxiety on the face of one of your companions. Sinner number 11, Sinclair. The youngest and by far the least mentally equipped for this job, lad. And looking at how your previous encounters went, this might grow into a problem. Your boss soon goes into a screeching halt. It is a usual thing by now. Some lowly bandits and thieves picking up the wrong target at the wrong time. But this time, as you and your sinner step out to confront them, something's different. Those aren't your usual bandits.
We are Inquisitors. We are the nail that fixes the blasphemous and the hammer that strikes down the sinful.
Before you stands the Inquisition of Nagelundhammer. Extremists who believe in the superiority of the human flesh over the prosthetic technology that's widespread in the city. And from the looks of it, they are asserting their beliefs on your destination spot. A town known for production of such tech.
If you want to pass further, behead the blasphemous one to prove yourself untainted, or be declared heretics otherwise.
The Inquisitor stopping your way insists, referring to you, Dante, as the blasphemous one, of course. After all, you are the quite literal walking clockhead. But alas, what the Inquisition thought of you didn't matter in the end. Your sinners were ready to bash their heads in at a moment's notice. Perhaps they have grown fond of you, or perhaps your head, the smoking clock that it is pretty handy to them, and they don't wanna lose it too soon. Who knows? And on that note, you enter the town, called the home of Sinclair, or rather what's left of it anyway. Broken machine parts, human entrails, they're all spread and hung over the place, like bloody Christmas decorations. And in the center of it all stands a woman. The breaks between classes are always lively since everyone gathers around to talk. The adults often watch us from afar and take this as a heartwarming sight, but little do they realize that these merry interactions remove envy, vainglory, pride, and guile. I heard Rahul from the next class over is getting surgery on both arms by his father. Gonna be some new tech that's never been seen before. How cool is that? This actor on all the magazine covers is gonna get an eye transplant by my mom's clinic. The wait list was so long they even had to beg to be moved up. I grow more anxious with each story my classmates tell, and to capture their attention, if even for a moment, I end up making the biggest mistake of my life. This is a secret, but my dad signed a contract with B Corp. They saw the tech he was working on and agreed to give their full support. Immediate regret filled my whole being. Out of the fear that I'd be isolated from my peers, I carelessly spelled my own ruin. Alright, Sinclair, your procedure's soon, isn't it? You know, the prosthetics? Ah, yeah, of course. They told me I'll get the newest model. Eventually, as the break concluded and I was left all alone, guilt and fear kept hitting me away. I was supposed to keep that a secret. What if father finds out? Ah! I bit my finger out of stress, the crimson liquid soon dripping down onto my desk. When I get prosthetics, this will never happen again, huh? Why is that really all that much better? Hey, you're bleeding. A classmate of mine suddenly bangs into my desk. I rarely ever talk to her, so I don't even know her name. Listen, what you said before is legit. Your father must be a big deal, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Though, why did you make that face? Ah, I know what you were probably thinking. That all those prosthetics, they're really filthy, aren't they? How did you know? It's because I agree with you. We're on the same wavelength on that. Nice to meet you. I'm Cromer. From that day on, me and Cromer became friends, often talking with each other. You listen in as the young man screams while thrusting his weapon in and out of the Inquisitor's hopefully lifeless body, followed by a beating from Don Quixote to get him to snap out of it. You briefly analyzed your situation while watching this unfold. Yep, definitely screwed, huh? Well, with no other choices left, you and your sinners continue onwards into the maw of whatever beast awaits you ahead. One day a new student was placed in the class next to mine. He was always surrounded by a crowd, and yet it felt like he was detached from them completely. He seemed as if he were almost floating in the air. He was aloof like that. Likewise, he wasn't interested in me either, at least not from the start. It happened during a boring engineering class. While I was thoughtlessly staring down a window, I saw him walking by. He clearly wasn't like the other students around him. His smile carried this confident and mature tone. While he was slicking his hair back, I spotted some red mark appear on his forehead. My mind raced with confusion and possible explanation of what it was. And just as I was about to dismiss it altogether, our eyes met. When I realized that, I quickly averted my eyes. But ever since that strange day, Damien started to talk to me in a friendly manner. Oddly enough, on those days where he approached me, Cromer was nowhere to be seen. I often have this dream, Sinclair. In it I climb an endlessly long ladder, and then everything below me comes into the view. The nest, the back streets, the outskirts, all of it. And when I look beneath my feet, all of the lights in the city get snuffed out, as if the end of all things had come. Fallen into silent death, empty of any motion. Indeed, it's the state of death itself. Damien, have you ever been to the outskirts? Sinclair, the world as people want to define it cannot be divided by places of where you should and shouldn't go. Happiness lies beyond the confines of this nest. I found that out by myself. Every time I spoke with Damien, I felt my soul mature a little, and yet I never told him about my fears in relationship with Cromer. Perhaps I was too ashamed to bear my deeply hidden sins before him. And then finally, a fated day came. The day where I became torn between the worlds of light and darkness. Yo, Sinclair! Can you show me your basement? You trudge through the horrors that lurk beneath Sinclair's house. The sinners are tired and sick to the stomach from all the fights they had to go through here. Man, this place sucks, huh? But the Golden Bow won't get itself, and you certainly don't want to be the target of your guide's wrath. God knows what he'll do. So you keep going downwards, deeper and deeper into this horrible, horrible place. And eventually, you finally make it. The Golden Bow right in front of you, distorting the space around it. Surrounded by a mountain of corpses that the Inquisitors are preying around. And there on the peak stands Cromer, the one who grips. The sinners engage her in battle to the best of their abilities. Sinclair right there at the forefront, filled with rage, filled with a desire for revenge, filled with wrong game, sorry. And even as Cromer evolves into whatever the hell that is, he's still fighting. Go, white boy, go! But even the quirked up swag of a white boy can't help him for too long, and Cromer gets the upper hand. And just as it seems all hope is lost, he descends. He moved with grace and airiness, as though he floated in the air. He seemed lighter than anyone else, unbound by anything, contrary to his impression of freedom from all worldly longings. An oppressive air seemed to accompany every step he took, and with just a wave of his right arm, Cromer's upper body vanished in a clean cut. And at that point, I realized this game, it's pure cinema.
Round and round we go, holding on to pain, driven by our egos. These feelings untold, spinning our world. Visions of the past, the true connect. I will take
이번엔 네 탓이로군 이스마일. 내가 모는 배가 좀 흔들릴 테니 다들 꽉 잡아.
길이 보이지 않을 때, 어디로 어떻게 나아가야 할지 모를 때, 그래서 길잡이가 있는 겁니다, 딴테.
어딜지 내게로 와, 개소리! 나를 짓밟아 기억국 캐시와 떼어놓은 그 모든 것들을 저로 안에 담아서 어디든 지옥 끝까지 끌고 다니며 있는 힘껏 내려칠 거다! 。 ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ ! ！ !
내 이름은 키호테 돈 키호테 의창으로 그 허황되고 유치한 꿈을 끝내겠다.
내 이름은 산초. 저는 굶어 썩은 나태한 꿈을 끝내겠습니다.
biggest fan. I am my biggest fan.
Well, this marks the end, I suppose. To be quite honest, I'm not satisfied with this video, like at all. I'm never quite satisfied with anything I make, to be fair, even when it's a long time coming like this. I don't think I truly gave Limbus Company and Project Moon as a whole the justice it deserves. Oh, this thing will be hours long if I tried. I doubt anyone will see this little outro moment, make it this far to see this. Most of my stuff flops pretty badly, and I can only blame my work ethic and luck on that. Oh well, if you made it this far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it! It really helps out, and you can unsubscribe at any time and blah blah blah, whatever the other guys usually say, you know? If you have any suggestions on what I should talk about next, leave them down below in the comments. I struggle with ideas a lot and know how to mooch off someone else. That's all from Zingah. I hope you have a zingtastic day.